Hey guys, Harsh here, and in this video I will be showing you how you can migrate your WordPress site from one server to another. So instead of doing it manually, this time we are taking a help of one very good plugin, and it's a free plugin called Duplicator. And let me show you how this plugin works and how you can migrate your site. So this is in this case I'm taking an example of one site that is hosted on Hostgator, and I'm moving it to Siteground. So the process should not take more than 10 minutes, and let's go ahead and do the process. So the very first thing that we will be doing is we'll be installing the plugin. It's a free plugin available on WordPress plugin repo, so you can simply search for the plugin and install and activate it. So once the plugin is activated, the very first thing that we need to do is to create a package. So this package file contains all the required file which you need on the new hosting server and your database file. So before we create the package file, we might like to do few things. We might like to fine tune our WordPress by updating everything which is not updated, removing all unnecessary plugins, and maybe you want to optimize your database so that the package size is less and it's easy to migrate. So I have added a link in the description. You can go through that. That is a good guide for you to optimize your WordPress database. So once that is done, click on create new, and this is where all the magic will happen. So this should be the name of the file. You can keep any name that you like, not a problem. The most important thing that you might like to make changes here is the on the database. In case if you don't want to take any particular table from your existing database or want to exclude a certain file or directory, you can enable these filters and exclude it from here. So while we are not doing that, we'll simply click on next, and this will scan your WordPress site and will show you report like, okay, is it ready to be migrated or not. So far everything looks good. My file size is 62 MB and my database is 2.84 MB, so it's not much. Click on build, and that's it. It will start building the archive file and an installer file. These are the two files that we need on the new server to migrate our site, and the whole process is quite easy. The best thing, you don't need to install WordPress on your new server. Just with the help of this package file and the installer file, everything could be done. So next step is to download this installer file and the archive file, which will take few seconds. So while it's downloading this to file, let me also show you what you need to do on your new hosting. So in this case, I'm migrating, just changing the web hosting server. I'm keeping the same domain name. So one and the most important thing that I need to do here is I need to add-on domain. So my new domain name is, let's say, so here are the few things that you need to do on your existing new web server. One, you need to add a new add-on domain. You need to add your domain as a new add-on domain or the main domain, whatever applies on in your case. Second, you need to create a database manually. You need to create a database, you need to create a user and associate that user with all the privilege to that database. Well, the process is quite easy. I have added a link in the description which shows how to do that with the cPanel hosting, and most of the web hosting, especially shared hosting, are cPanel hosting, so it won't be of any problem. When you're doing that, just keep in mind that you might like to note down the database username, database name, and database password, because that is something which you will be needing while doing the transfer. So now you can see the file has been downloaded. Now the next thing that I'll be doing, I'll be making changes in my host file so that I can need to do on my new server, and my existing user won't be affected. So once I'm done migrating the site, I can simply go and change the name server and the whole world can see the new site. So this is where I'll be making changes. I'll be adding my new server IP over here, and that's it. Once it's so there are different processes for Windows and Mac system. I've added link in the description for both the operating system. You might like to make changes according to your OS. So once that is done, now the next step is to upload this both zip file and installer file on my new server. So what I'll be doing, I'll be using FileZilla. So as you can see, the file is being uploaded. It would take a few minutes for the file to be uploaded. So once that is done, we'll go ahead and do the rest of the stuff, which is again very easy. Now once your file has been uploaded, the very first thing you would like to do on your new web server, you can start browsing the site based on IP. So this is my site on the IP. Now I click on my website on which I want to migrate. I click on installer.php. This is where every magic will happen. And from here, everything is quite easy. The most and important thing is you need to add your new MySQL database username, password, and then test the connection. This is quite easy step. Once that is done, you need to select this and click on run deployment. So click on next and you'll see a screen like this. This may take few seconds for these changes to take effect. And here few changes that I would be making. One of them is, since the changes is not being happening on the live site, so I might like to change the URL setting to shoutuniversity.com. It was using a temporary address. That is one thing. And similarly, I'll change the site URL here. That's it, and click on run update, and this will do all the magic. My new website will be migrated just after this. So you can see there is no error, and now my existing WordPress site is migrated to the new web server. So you might like to go ahead and check if everything is migrated properly or not. Once you are satisfied, go ahead and change your domain name server. So let me quickly go ahead and check my site. So pretty much that's it. My site is migrated. Now I just need to go ahead and change the name server. Well, that was the tutorial for WP Duplicator plugin. You can use the same plugin to migrate your live site to local server. Deploy your local server to the live server. Overall, as a free plugin, this is an awesome plugin which you would love to try. Pretty much that's it. If you have any question regarding this plugin or have any query, feel free to ask me via comments.